All right, welcome back to the Yukon Gold podcast with Will S. We are talking about sustainable energy and how to reach your full potential in the world in general. Tonight we're talking with Brandon Foster.
Howdy.
He is the owner of Deep Woods Electrical
And Controls, Ltd.
and Controls. And we're talking about the Yukon Gold Energy Partnership in general. No one can see your thumbs up.
Well, I just thought you were going to keep talking.
I'm going to keep talking. We're here in Dawson Creek, where there is also besides Yukon Gold, which is my company. I also own Sunridge Renewable Energy Investments. There's also the Peace Energy Cooperative, and they have been in operation since 2003. And they've had over 610 members, and their common vision is a clean energy world filled with hope and opportunity. Kind of hippy dippy, but
well, they got a whole bunch of solar panels on roofs, so they're doing something.
Well, they did do the Hudson's Hope energy retrofit. My hometown got. Well, let's just have a quick look here because I don't quite remember. They did. Let's have a look at the solar facts for Hudson's Hope. 2016, the Hudson's Hope implementation of the Community Solar Initiative was to offset electricity costs for the district and take a lead role in sustainable energy. Basically, it's a big FU to BC Hydro.
Well, BC Hydro needs to be told what's up sometimes.
The Site C project, as you know, still did go ahead.
We need power. Still more reliable.
But I'm not here to debate politics on that, which we're going to try to avoid. We're going to try and keep relatively neutral on the Yukon Gold podcast. We don't speak too much about the politics of things. We just try and let people know the informations and let them make decisions for themselves, right? So the district received $1.35 million from the Strategic Priorities Fund and the Federal Gas Tax Fund through the Union of BC Municipalities and Urban Systems from Fort St. John, British Columbia, was contracted to oversee the project. That was 2016. And the Peace Energy Renewable Energy Cooperative, Dawson Creek, was contracted to perform a community scan to determine which buildings or other locations would produce the best financial return with solar energy. And then in 2017 and 2018, I was still an apprentice then. I guess, Brandon, you were...
Yeah, I just got my ticket at the end of 2018.
Yeah, so we were both fourth years then.
The good old days.
The good old days. I call it the Maisie days.
Wow.
But
they were fun times.
Right. And the Peace Energy Cooperative was selected through the cooperative you know what an FRP is right now?
FRP.
Or RFP. Request for project process, yeah?
Yes.
So they go to tender,
when
a project goes to tender, to provide structural and electrical engineering and to supply, install, and commission the photovoltaic arrays. The crews are on site in Hudson's Hope installing PVs through the summer and fall of 2017 and the spring of 2018 because they did a lot of buildings. And they actually hired 7 Hudson's Hope high school students. Other solar education training opportunities have been offered in Hudson's Hope during the construction, including several courses at the Northern Lights College. Eric Smiley did a couple of them.
Cool.
I'm not sure if you know who that is.
Yep.
He is a solar engineer from down on Vancouver Island.
Is he a happy guy?
He is. I took several of his courses in Alberta back in 2015.
Nice.
and they did a solar launch. So the roof-tied grid solars have been installed on 7 municipal buildings, as well as a ground-mounted grid-tied array for the sewage treatment lagoon. And I will link all of these in the description of the podcast. Another ground array at the district swimming pool known as the Solar Wave, which is kind of cool. Total installed capacity, that's what I was looking for, was just over 510 kilowatts. It's the largest municipal solar project in all of British Columbia, actually. Just FYI.
That's pretty sweet.
Grid tied means that the solar generated electricity is fed into the grid when it is not needed, accumulating a credit with BC Hydro. So that means you get a payback eventually. That credit will be withdrawn later when the buildings need power, such as night or in the wintertime. They're high efficiency polycrystalline solar panels with a 10-year materials and workmanship warranty and a 25-year energy production warranty.
That's nice. That's super cool.
And the solar panels are expected to run a little more, no maintenance for 30 years and probably much longer. And they're solid state devices that turn sunlight directly into electricity. They are silent, no moving parts, require no fuel, and produce no pollution, and require very little maintenance.
Clean them once in a while.
Clean them off, yep.
Keep them shiny.
There are some pictures here. On the Hudson's Hope District office, there is a 53 kilowatt solar array providing 80% of its electrical needs.
Nice.
The Bullhead Mountain Curling Club, just beside and behind, has a 72 kilowatt or 72,000 watt array, 100% of its needs supplied. And the arena, which is a much older building, 132 kilowatts and provides 52% of its electrical needs. So, and then also the Public Works Shop, 92 kilowatt solar array, 90% of electrical needs, and the ground mount, which I thought was kind of the coolest one.
With the concrete blocks?
At the concrete cinder, yes, concrete blocks. The sewage treatment lagoons provide about 50% of the facility's electrical needs. The museum got a 7 kilowatt system. The Burl Prairie Fire Hall, where I grew up, because I didn't grow up in town. I didn't know if I told you that.
You grew up outside of town?
I grew up outside of town, out on the farms.
Nice.
So it's kind of one of the reasons why I became an electrician, because I had to fix stuff since I was about 12.
I just like getting shocked once in a while.
Yeah. And then the Visitor Info Center and the swimming pool solar wave. I will link all of this in the description. Brandon, would you like to talk a little bit more about your company, what you do, what you're working on?
Well, Deep Woods just mainly starts out as a general electrical contractor.
Yeah.
Try to specialize in generator installs. Not a lot of people like to do that. So I do generator transfer switch installs.
Yeah.
Trying to get into the solar installs. A little bit of everything. But really,
Yeah.
you give me a call, I'll probably show up.
Yeah. Brandon, you've lived in Dawson Creek most of your life, right?
Yeah, I took a little hiatus to move to Calgary and decided that Dawson Creek was a better place to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you weren't always going to be an electrician, right?
No,
Not at first.
I wasn't thinking about it. I thought maybe a chemist or a psychiatrist would be kind of cool, but no.
You just keep coming back to the...
I like the electrical, man. It's fun. I like it. Keep my circuits straight in my head and everything works.
Yeah. So you started out as an apprenticeship in 2013 or 14?
2012.
2012.
Yeah, 2012, mod yards, oil field.
Yeah.
Oil field mods in Calgary, street lighting, stood over 1,000 street lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then, yeah, I did some major industrial control mods. And then after the crash in 2014, I moved back to Dawson.
Yeah.
So there was no work in Calgary.
Ah,
A little bit of residential. Residential, you can make money. Went back to industrial.
yeah.
But that's politics.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I figured start my own company.
Yeah.
And actually provide a quality product rather than something just slapped together by someone who's rushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of where we connected, Brandon, back in 2018. We were both fourth year finishing our apprenticeships.
Oh yeah, I mean when you work in a shit show like that, you really learn to appreciate quality.
Right, and we were seeing some not so quality work out there. Let's just put it that way. And then, fast forward a few more years. We're approaching. Well, I'm in my early 30s, and you're in your 30s.
Not quite.
Not quite. Approaching 30s.
Oh man.
Yeah.
She's right there, 5 months away.
But we're both, once again, we both have roots in the Peace River region, and we
never felt more proud to be living up here.
Lately, never felt more proud to be living here. Like
Peace region for the win.
I just got back from a 4-month trip or a 4-month contract in the Yukon teaching, which I never thought I'd be doing, but there we go.
Hey, teaching's fun. You gotta teach the next generation, otherwise the trade dies.
Yeah, if I had, looked back from 2013 onwards, and I just.
Oh yeah, I couldn't see myself doing it anytime soon.
No.
I'll teach the apprentices that decide to work for me.
I've had some apprentices, and then I had a class of, up to 10 to 12 kids, and then I had some attrition, let's just say that. Like some people just I don't know, like
well, it's college for you.
It's college. Yeah. Like I
should have just given her a hurt feelings report to fill out.
I have done that in the past. In previous positions, I have actually given people hurt feelings reports to fill out.
Yeah.
But it
doesn't solve the problem.
At college, that doesn't really solve the problem. Apparently,
it's just getting more butthurt.
Apparently, it's better. Apparently, people would rather, instead of do the work lately. And maybe I don't know. Maybe this is a generational thing. What is your kind of take? Because to me,
I think everybody's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And there's people out there who do want to work, and there's people out there who just want to get paid. And the hard part is finding the difference.
Right. Finding the difference. So, Brandon, if you were to hire somebody off the street right now, who are you looking for? Who's your ideal candidate?
Hiring someone off the street.
Yeah, age-wise, like
anybody can be an apprentice.
Anyone can be an apprentice. I agree.
Anybody can be an apprentice as long as they're willing to work.
I think it's mindset.
Oh yeah, it's a mindset, 100%.
Because. And I'm going to tell you, like, straight up in the teaching, like, I have seen people turn around, and then I have seen people just, that they're not cut out for what the electrical trade requires.
Well, for example, I saw today a post on an electrical page.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was claiming to be an apprentice, and they were looking for a job opportunity.
Yeah.
But in that same post, they put their availability as 3 p.m. and later during the weekdays and daytime during the weekends. So anybody dictating their availability right out of the gate, probably not going to get a job with a contractor.
No.
If you want a job, you got to be willing to show up and work for that job, because there's always somebody who's going to take that job from you.
Well, and here's the thing, like we're like, I don't know about yourself, but with Yukon Gold, I'm working towards a contributism or a different version of what we have now. I'm not looking at capitalism or communism. You call it a cult.
Wow. Call it a meritocracy, if anything.
A meritocracy. That's the best word.
I just figure if you call it a cult, maybe people will treat it like something that they care about rather than a real cult. Because eventually, communes just turn into cults.
Yeah.
So if you call it a cult right off the gate, maybe you can nip that in the bud.
Well, I'm working towards this sort of umbrella where whoever has the skills required to build a better society or a better version of society moving forward into 22. And my ultimate goal is by 2024 or 2024, I really want to have something like operational, like more like, not just
100% possible.
Yeah. In the next 2 years, I would like Brandon. Brandon's on board. He has his electrical company. He's really good at what he does.
Fully licensed.
Fully licensed FSR B. He works in the. He has found. You have. From my perspective, you have found your niche, right? What you like to do, and you're good at it. If I have an electrical question, even though I'm a Red Seal electrician, if I have a question and I've taught. I have a question. I ask Brandon stuff all the time. It's
kind of funny. You'd be surprised at how many questions I get from like journeymen, or just random. Like I had an apprentice in the patch, and he quit the oil field and decided to go into refrigeration. Yeah. I still get questions from.
But that's good.
Oh yeah, it's sweet. I love answering questions.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. A question asked or a question not asked is a failure. Well, if you don't know what you're doing, ask.
That's what I always, and I tend to practice what I preach. I mean, that's what I told all of my electrical students is like you got to start asking me questions.
Oh yeah.
Because
what good is an apprentice that doesn't ask a question?
And then we had a thought, not a thought experiment, but like we're both the type of person to because I don't sit there and oversee my apprentices every single minute of the day what they're doing. I don't like to.
Well, that's impossible.
No,
that's how you make really annoyed apprentices.
No, and
they hate you.
What I'm kind of getting at is like ideally you want to set a task for somebody. You want to show them how to do the task.
Watch them do it once.
And watch them do it. Yeah.
And then check on them later.
But you don't want to I follow the Tao Te Ching, and I have another podcast about that. But I follow verse 17 of the Tao Te Ching, which basically says you need to trust in the nature of the person, whether they're your spouse or your employee. You have to trust that they have a nature and they can accomplish the thing that they've been tasked to do.
If you can't trust someone to do the job that you're asking them to do, that you're doing them a disservice, really.
I agree.
If you got to sit there and micromanage, you're doing all of your employees a disservice.
So yeah, we're just on here, just sharing some of our thoughts, a little bit of our feelings.
Woo!
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work. All of those cliche things. So there's a bit of an update here moving into now 2022. If you are from the BC Peace River region in general, we would love to connect with you. I personally would.
Oh yeah.
Especially now in these chaotic COVID times. I know people out there may or may not be struggling depending on their particular lot in life. If you have decided that you feel one way about, a certain thing, and, we want to connect, especially again, we're me and Brandon. I think you really want to get your company up and running.
Oh yeah.
And I really want to make this Yukon Gold a success.
Very doable.
And pardon me?
Very doable.
Yeah, we're looking for like-minded individuals. They don't necessarily have to be technical minded or even electricians.
They just need to give a shit.
And they just need to give a shit about food. Food security is really big for me. Food, shelter, and security. Your three
basics.
Your three basics, right? We've been talking about building modular sea cans.
Oh yeah.
for power backup and storage.
Automated greenhouse.
And we've been talking about housing, modular housing, geodesic domes. What else have we talked about, Brandon? Talk about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, water turbines,
hydro pump storage.
Oh yeah,
the solar thing. We've been talking about wind, more in the micro wind.
Well, if you could have wind, water, and solar,
yeah,
off grid is feasible.
Yes,
and then you set it up.
Back it up with you're talking about the methane turbines, right?
Oh yeah, if you got any organic matter like a composting thing, you could technically store methane and you could burn it in a generator, so you could have backup. Mm-hmm. A little tiny compressor. You don't need much. You could do a little compressor.
Yeah,
and you got it. Well, you also don't want to blow yourself up. Maybe don't compress it.
Right.
Unless you can ensure there is a zero quantity air mixture.
Right.
But that's a different story.
And
yeah, methane.
And I guess we're like at the same time, like I'm kind of plugging the Peace Energy Cooperative. They're the Western Canada's first renewable energy cooperative. I would like to do some work with them. So if you're out there listening to this, Greg and Don Pettit, Greg Dewitt and Don Pettit.
I'm just gonna email them.
Let's just email them.
Mm-hmm.
Probably better.
Oh, way better. More sooner results.
Quicker, faster, better. Yeah. So there's over 600 like-minded members looking to make clean energy a reality. It's only a $200 membership. They have share plans. I think that we here at Yukon Gold and I think at Deep Electric and Controls, we could definitely do some work together.
Oh yeah.
On a short to long-term basis. The construction season is coming for outdoors anyways.
We're looking forward to it.
I'm looking to do side work on I want to get the podcast all going up again. I've kind of been taking a break. Let's just say it that way.
Take care of yourself before you can take care of other people.
Yeah, I've been taking a break from the podcasting. The Yukon Gold podcast has been on hiatus. The Doomer Bloomers has been on hiatus. These guys, the podcasts are great, guys. I enjoy doing them. But I also have a life, or I want to have a life, and yeah, it takes, like Brandon said, the teamwork makes the dream work, right? I have a vision and I have goals and I have stuff I want to accomplish. But myself require people, like you said, like-minded people who give a shit to show up, right?
Well, that's it, right?
I do pray about this. I do pray,
yeah.
To be honest. I talk about what I'm passionate about. The Contributism model, if you guys look up Michael Tellinger, the Ubuntu movement, it's an alternative to the capitalistic and the communism that we see running rampant in society right now, where it is similar to capitalism in the free market, but instead of it's a concept that a person is happiest and also most efficient when he or she is doing something that he or she or they are good at. It is based on the conjecture that people actually enjoy contributing to their society, and that the only reason they don't do it more often is that there's not enough media for doing so. Well, there's just...
and a lot of time, I think people don't feel like they are contributing. When you show up and you're told to do something and you get yelled at or you're talked down to or whatever,
yeah,
you don't really feel like you're part of that team. I've left many companies because I felt like I was being treated poorly, just talked down to, and you asked to do new things, and they're like, yeah, no, you can keep doing what the fuck you're doing, and it's not fun.
It puts a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
And I have been there as well. And like I said, we're not here about political. We don't want to bad talk previous employers.
Oh, you don't want to ever do that.
No.
Why go there?
But we're young, and we're excited to start something new and fresh. And I think that this podcast is a way to get a movement started. That's what I'm trying to start. Like Yukon Gold, it's a research renewable energy provider specializing solutions, education, energy design, public-private clientele. We're providing low-cost turnkey solutions for grow operations, solar panels, wind turbines. And primarily, and we have Tesla. Well, would like to get Tesla battery backup off-grid solutions. We're in Yukon.
And if Tesla we can't get, Generac has a battery backup solution that's just as functional and even a little bit cheaper.
So Brandon knows a lot about this stuff, and I always ask for help when I need help. So, if I can't figure something out, I'm going to ask Brandon, and Brandon will get us sorted out.
Figure something out anyways. There's always a solution if you dig hard enough.
So here's the next thing. If you want to contact me, the best page to contact me is at the yukongoldenergy.com/contact. I have a contact. You can book a chat with me directly. My service area, we're primarily northeastern British Columbia and slightly into Alberta. I'm trying to get some stuff going in the Yukon. Right now, my office hours are 10 a.m. to 6, Monday to Friday. You can contact us at my personal cell. It's on the website. I don't want to give that out on the podcast right now. I have an email, info@yukongoldenergy.com. Brandon, what is the best place to people to contact you?
Oh, yeah, I'm on Facebook at Deep Woods Electrical and Controls, and I have a website at deepwoodselectric.com.
Okay. Perfect. You have a contact page there as well, I see.
Oh, yeah, all my info's there. You can get a hold of me. You can even, if you want to just use Facebook, you can schedule your own stuff.
Yeah.
Tell me when you're available, and I can show up whenever.
Okay, yep.
If you want to give me a call, my number's there.
Perfecto. I will make sure that all of that goes into the episode. We have a little less than 2 minutes left.
That's a half hour?
That's a half hour.
Holy smokes.
That's how it goes quick.
Well, my main specialty is generators. I know there's not a lot of people up here who specialize in generators. They'll install them for you, but they won't service them. So if somebody needs a backup generator.
Backup Jennies?
Backup Jenny is natural gas.
Yeah, and I kind of want to get the...
Or propane. Natural gas or propane. Because if you got propane, that's a pretty good way to back up. Propane actually lasts 30 plus years compressed in a tank, whereas gasoline only lasts a few months without treatment.
Yeah.
So if you got propane and you can store propane for a long period of time. You get a couple 1,000-pound bullets and you got years worth of power, especially if you have all your off-grid set up anyways.
Yeah. And then, of course, I'm more on the off-grid side of things. Like, I don't really want to do on-grid, grid-tied as much.
Well, that's why propane is nice. Right. You got no grid tie for propane. You just got a truck coming in once in a while.
We're going to probably work with Peace Energy Cooperative for the on-grid stuff. And I want to do more of the off-grid solar battery, Tesla, or Generac. 45 seconds. So we're gonna do a quick sign off here.
That was fun.
Yeah, we could do a weekly thing.
I could rant for a half hour every week.
Easily,
And
right?
I'll even get better at it probably.
I'm getting back into it, so I can quiz Brandon a little bit better next time.
Oh yeah, questions help.
But that's kind of who we are. We're Brandon and Will. And we're Peace Energy, we're Yukon Gold and Deep Woods Electric.
And controls.
And controls.
Controls are important.